Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is episode number 603, and it is 11:57 a.m., so it's good morning to you all. May the 29th, 2023. Happy Memorial Day. I want to take this time to thank all our men and women in our armed forces for defending our country and sacrificing their civilian lives just to defend our country and our freedom, and we want to thank them. So this is a big Shenanigans salute to all of you out there who are currently serving our country and our armed forces. And my condolences and prayers go to those who have lost their loved ones in battle, to the families of those who country and sacrificed their lives in battle for our freedom. So thank you to everyone. This is what Memorial Day is all about, is celebrating our troops alive or no longer with us, to honor those troops who are no longer with us, who sacrificed their lives for our freedoms here in this good country of America. I know we've been through a lot right now in this country over the past few years, but I'm always be thankful for our men and women of our armed forces, our troops. So, Shenanigans salute to all of you, and thank you for your service. And like I said again, condolences, prayers to the families who have lost loved ones in battle. So, very appreciative of our armed forces, as always, and as always we should be paying tribute. So, thank you very much for that. That's the best way I can put it. It's the best way I can put it. A lot of respect. We're going to talk about. We had two humongous events that happened last night in wrestling. Obviously, the wrestling, the WWE and AEW and Impact Wrestling probably picked a great time to do all these events. It's Memorial Day weekend, and this was probably the most surreal. Surreal weekends of wrestling I ever experienced, and I did a lot of multitasking last night. It was just totally. So we're going to start off with NXT BattleGround first, because this event ended first. And then on the next episode, I'm going to do AEW Double or Nothing. North American title was on the line in a triple threat to start things off. Wes Lee versus Tyler Bate versus Joe Gacy, and Joe Gacy tried to get Tyler Bate and Wesley to fight each other, which they ended up doing, but, it was a highly competitive matchup, to say the least, and then they had a double-team Joe Gacy, but in the end, Wesley retained the North American title. That's right, he's still on that record pace of being the longest reigning North American champion in NXT history. So congratulations to Wesley on that. The next matchup was the Heritage Cup Championship on the line. Noam Dar versus Dragon Lee. Now, I'm going to remind you guys of the British Rounds rules. So I want to try and get the British Rounds rules up in just a second. Just give me a few minutes here. British Rounds matchup, and so all right. So I'm going to go over the Heritage Cup, because that's right now. So here's how this works. Go to the history and let's see. Okay. All right, British Rounds rules. He's out British. Now, the Heritage Cup has to do with British Rounds matches. Now, bear in mind, in the corner of Dragon Lee is Nathan Frazier, while Oro Mensa would be in the corner of Noam Dar. Here's how this works. Matches consist of 6 3-minute rounds, with 20-second breaks between each round. Matches are 2 out of 3 falls. Falls can be won by pinfall, submission, or countout. Once a fall occurs, the round ends. The match ends once a wrestler has won 2 falls. In the event of a disqualification or knockout, the match instantly ends without the need for 2 falls. If all 6 rounds are completed, whoever's head-on falls wins the matchup. And obviously, if there's a tie after 6 rounds, it'll be a sudden death match. It'll be a sudden death round. So here we go. In the first round, nobody got a fall. Round 2, Noam Dar picked up the victory. Round 3, no one picked up the victory there. Round 4, Dragon Lee tied it up. And then round 5, a lot of shenanigans were happening. Oro Mensa tried to get involved in the matchup. Nathan Frazier and Oro Mensa went at it. As they went to the back, while that's going on, Noam Dar was going down. Then Jakara Jackson appeared at ringside, distracting the referee. While Dragon Lee's back was turned, Lash Legend came through the crowd from the other side, hit Dragon Lee possibly with a trash can lid or something like that. Noam Dar got the advantage. 1, 2, 3. Noam Dar did win the 5th round. So that's crazy enough to. Looks like Noam Dar's got a stable of his own now with Oro Mensa, Jakara Jackson, and Lash Legend. Well, I'll tell you what, you can't get Alicia Fox. Get one of those 2 ladies. Noam Dar, and Dragon Lee and Nathan Frazier knows this one's not over. Last man standing matchup, Ilya Dragunov versus Dijak. Now, Dijak is well known here in Massachusetts. In fact, my friend Joey Palatroni, a.k.a. Joey Fats, knows him very well. And this was a heck of a fight. Ilya Dragunov has taken more bruises than anybody else. If you see his matches against Gunter, a.k.a. Walter, you'll know what I mean. And in the end, Ilya Dragunov did win the last man standing matchup. There's a segment with Chase University with Duke Hudson being in charge, and so Duke Hudson says, we're going to have a little special guest, and then Charlie Dempsey, Drew Gulak interrupt them, and then they criticize Thea Hale on her matchup when she lost the matchup, and Thea Hale got so upset she walked out. So I got a hunch that Thea Hale is going to be full of PMV in her next matchup. Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Noam Dar, Oro Mensa, Jakara Jackson, and Lash Legend. Now, here's another thing. I thought they were dissing Noam Dar for their Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. It seems like they're fans of the guy. Play that funky music up, boy. Check, please. The guy's a nutcase. Tag team titles were on the line. Gallus versus the Creed brothers, and the Creed brothers were happening. And during the matchup, though, Ava Rain got involved and attacked Ivy Nile during the matchup. And distracting the Creed brothers, costing them a chance at the tag team winning tag team championship as Gallus boys. The Gallus firm remains on top. NXT Women's title, there's a tournament final. As you know, I will explain why the title was vacant. Indy Hartwell had to vacate the title for 2 reasons. 1, she was hurt, and 2, she was drafted to Monday Night Raw. So she felt like she's done well here, and figured, hey, get a tournament going. And so the final 2 of the tournament was Lyra Valkyria and Tiffany Stratton. Heck of a matchup between these 2 ladies. Now, Tiffany Stratton went on record to saying that she's willing to learn, stay in NXT and learn more, get her skills up, get her promos, wrestling skills up, promo skills, whatever. I know she's picked the brain of Finley and Shawn Michaels a couple of times, and she's worked with Natalia, so that would help her a lot. And Tiffany Stratton is now your new NXT Women's Champion. So my hat is off to her. I know Michael Bombardier, my colleague from Rant and Ray, will not be pleased about this, but I think Tiffany Stratton as champion will help Tiffany Stratton heighten her character up, elevate her character, elevate herself a little bit more. I believe with her wearing the title, it's going to elevate her to a bigger, larger status. And I think she may be draft ready by the time next year rolls around. And with her saying that she's eager to willing to learn, that puts me more a lot of respect with Tiffany Stratton for that. So I got to give a salute, Shenanigans salute once again to Miss Tiffany Stratton. Congratulations. NXT title was on the line as Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker. I like Carmelo Hayes' entrance. Trick Williams, best hype man for Carmelo Hayes. Now, Carmelo Hayes is a fellow Massachusetts native as well. I mean, and then one thing that Trick Williams says right was City of Champions. They showed off the World Series trophy, which the Red Sox have won 4 times, and then you got the Stanley Cup, which the Bruins have won in 2011. Then you got the NBA title, which the Celtics won in 2008, but could potentially, if they win tonight, could potentially try to get another one of those bad boys. And then you got the Super Bowl trophy, which the Patriots won 6 times, and it showed part of Carmelo Hayes' homecoming. And the crazy part about it is, he got a picture with one of the Wahlberg brothers. I don't know if it's Mark or Donnie, but I'll tell you one thing right now: getting a picture with a Wahlberg brother, either one of those 2 Wahlberg brothers, that elevates you, man. That'll elevate you. Braun Breaker came in with probably a brand new mean look. As far as the costume was concerned, he had a black hoodie and had like a wolf-like mask on. Talking about bringing the bark. And both men did bring it. They did bring it. But in the end, Carmelo Hayes is still your NXT heavyweight champion. So congratulations to Carmelo Hayes. And I gotta tell you, it's gonna be a heck of an NXT with a new champion. Only one title changed hands. That would be Tiffany Stratton being the new women's champion. So I'm very, very happy for Tiffany Stratton, and like I said, I got a lot of respect for her. But she's got a lot of good people to learn from. She's picked the brain of Shawn Michaels and Fit Finlay. She always asks, "What do I need to work on?" And then she wrestled a little bit with Natalia, and she says she loves learning from her. But then you got her boyfriend. She's dating Ludwig Kaiser of Imperium. So that's a huge factor. I'm sure Ludwig Kaiser's sat around with her and gave her some wrestling pointers. I think Tiffany Stratton's going to go a long way. I don't know if I could say this. She might be better than Charlotte Flair. Who knows? Or, if she goes up to the main roster, she can learn under Charlotte Flair. Look what Zoe Stark has done at Night of Champions. I mean, she interfered in the matchup, attacking Becky Lynch. Now, this is an opportunity for Zoe Stark to make a really big name for herself. Attack one of the top names on the main roster, and then align yourself with her opponent, in this case, Trish Stratus. You learn from a Hall of Famer. Zoe Stark knows and probably understands what Trish is trying to say, and she took that to heart. And I think that's going to Zoe Stark. Like I said, Tiffany Stratton could be another person that could make a name for herself on the main roster by aligning herself with someone who is like a top name. I could see her align herself with Charlotte Flair, and that could really, really help them. Who knows? Charlotte Flair and her could be women's tag team champions. Might I digress? I don't know, but that's my takeaway from this. So it was a heck of an event, heck of a pay-per-view. NXT BattleGround 2023. That's all the time we have on this episode 603 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. On the next episode of the show, we're going to talk about AEW Double or Nothing. It's a heck of an event too. I will go over that. So that's all the time we have on the show. Until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977.
A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.